at Lens Crackers, we can crack your fine, high-quality eyewear in less than an hour. Our trained technicians use only the best equipment to crack your fine quality eyewear. So remember, Lens Crackers, we can crack them in less than an hour. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. And it's Wednesday, or what we like to call it, Wednesday, because that's the way it's spelled. Who named that day? I would like to know. Probably Mr. Jack Wednesday, I bet. Think something like that. Something like that. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful week. We're halfway through it on Wednesday here, Wednesday. And, why are we here? Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Oh, yeah. That's why we're here. And thank you for questing for the truth with me here. And maybe someday we'll find a little bit of truth. What do you think? You think? Maybe. Well, let's go over to Chatlandia, because I hear that there's a lot of chatting going on. Actually, I can see it right there. Look at that. Look at all those chats. Did it look like I was looking at them? All righty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over there to Chatlandia and see who's chatting over there. Shall we now? We shall. And then who's this? Why, it's Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. She's one of our ultra mods. And she says, "Hi, Aaron." And then she says, "I'll be over there on YouTube tonight." And then she also says, "Hi, Peggy." And then I said, "Hi, Kathy." Okay. And then Kathy said, "Hi, Aaron," over there on YouTube. See that? She was on Rumble. Now she's on YouTube. And that's Kathy. And I said, "Hi, Kathy," over there on YouTube. And then look who's here now. It's Peggy Dancer over there on YouTube. "Hi, Aaron." Hi at Catherine Weiss. I'm on Rumble. Okay. All right. And Peggy Dancer says, "Hi, Aaron." Hi, Weiss123, Catherine. And Kathy says, "Hi, Peggy." And I said, "Hi, Peggy." And then, oh, look at Cap78 Pack is back over here on Rumble. "Hiya, Aaron." Weiss123, Kathy. She has a wavy hand and a couple hearts and a smiley face. And look who else is here. It's our longtime friend, Skylark74, says, "Greetings, fellow truth questers." Probably going like this. Do you know where Leonard Nimoy got this idea? Did you ever hear that story? He told that story once where he, because that was his idea, one of his contributions to the show was this live long and prosper. Well, as the story goes, he says that he was in a synagogue when he was younger, and the rabbi said, "Everybody close your eyes." But he didn't close his eyes. And he went like this. He put his hands like this and said something or some kind of thing where that's something apparently they do in Jewish churches or synagogues. Something like that. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? And then I said, "Hi, Skylark74. And then I said, "Hi, Cap78 Pack," over here on Rumble. That's Peggy Dancer, another one of our ultra mods. And then Skylark74 says, hi, Kathy. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Aaron. And then Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. And Cap78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, hi there, Skylark74. Oh, boy. And then this is Kathy saying hi to me for the third time over there on the portrait YouTube. And Kathy says, hi, Peggy, over there on the portrait YouTube. And Skylark74 says, day for the god Wotan, Wedden in ancient Anglo-Saxon. Oh, okay. For the god Wotan. Huh. Isn't that kind of like a big flat kind of a frying thing that the Chinese use? Or is that something else? No, I'm thinking of wonton soup, maybe. And then Skylark74 says, equivalent to Mercury in Roman mythology and Hermes in Greek, the Vikings had to make him over into a warrior god carrying a spear and riding a 6-legged horse. Oh, can you imagine how fast that would be? Whoa. You have to say whoa 3 times. Oh, and look who's here. Why, it's our good friend and Ultramod, Operation Shutdown. He says, we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Oh, yeah. He knows the score. And then Catherine Weiss says, hi, Operation Shutdown. And then I got to go over there and say, hi, Operation Shutdown. Hi, at op. It should show up. It's showing up. Got to do the exclamation points while you can. That's my advice to you. Use exclamation points while you can. You never know. You might lose that ability like I did for a while, on and off. And then Skylark says, 74 says, Sleipnir was the name of Odin's horse. Wow. Slept near. I had to sleep near because when he woke up, he's off. 6 legs. And then Operation Shutdown says, hi, Kathy. There's a wavy hand. And Skylark says, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Martian novels featured the thoats, which are 6-legged animals that the Martians ride. Wow. Okay. The horseshoers on that planet get more business. And then Skylark says, hello, Operation Shutdown. Then I said, hi, Operation Shutdown. And then Operation Shutdown says, hello, Aaron. Awesome. Got a wavy hand and the American flag. And Cap78 Pack says, hiya, Operation Shutdown. And then Operation Shutdown says, pretty soon, Congress will pass a law to tax exclamation points. Oh, leave it up to the Dems. They probably will, won't they? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. See, now we just gave them an idea. My goodness. Excuse me. Feeling much better. By the way, Operation Shutdown says, hello, Skylark. Then Operation Shutdown says, hello, Peggy Dancer. All righty then. Well, looks like we're all caught up, aren't we now? Are we? Oh, and Cap78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, I'm at the point I just want to hear dad jokes and Aaron singing. Oh, isn't that sweet? Well, thank you. I haven't been practicing singing. Maybe I should. You know, it's kind of hard with the kids are here every other week. But the week they're not here, it goes by really quick, really quick. Never get to do some of the things that I hope to have done. I'm doing laundry right now. That's a major thing to be able to get that done. But yeah, dad jokes. Yeah, we're saving the world with memes and dad jokes. Yes, we are. We are. We got some funny stuff today. So let's go on over and hit it over there on the land of Zuckers. Let's go over there and see what's Zuckering over on Facebookorama. Facebookorama. Here we go. Into the wild blue yonder. It's a post from the White House, National Fraud Enforcement. Did you hear about this? Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump. I am pleased to nominate Colin McDonald to serve as the first ever Assistant Attorney General for National Fraud Enforcement, a new division at the Department of Justice. Do we really need new divisions? Well, maybe this one. He's cut a lot. Maybe he can add a couple more if it's going to do some good. At the Department of Justice, which I created to catch and stop fraudsters that have been stealing from the American people. My administration has uncovered fraud schemes in states like Minnesota and California where these thieves have stolen hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars. Colin McDonald is a very smart, tough, and highly respected America First federal prosecutor who has successfully delivered justice in some of the most difficult and high-stakes cases of our country, as has ever seen. Together, we will end the fraud and restore integrity to our federal programs. Congratulations, Colin. Stop the scams. Actually, that is kind of a good idea because, I mean, as it is now, it's like you go to the DOJ, which you go there every day and tell them to do something more. It's like, well, their roster is getting pretty filled up. If you have one just for frauds, that really actually might be a really good idea because it's something that hasn't been looked at and it needs a microscope. So I guess in that case, I do agree with the president. I do agree. Oh, and here's our thumbnail tonight. And I bet you're wondering what this is. What do you think this is? Guess what this is. I bet you can't guess what this is. Well, it's episode number 725. That's what it is. But the image right here, apparently, now, who knows with all this AI running all over the place? Who knows what it really is? But apparently, allegedly, this is the first ever isolated picture of an individual photon. A particle of light, if you will. You know, the ones that can decide which way they're going to go. They have intelligence, and look, the inside of them looks like a computer chip. My goodness. And you see this orange stuff here? It almost looks like a coil going through, almost like a light crystal coil or something. It's very interesting. It looks like a human eye. In the article, they say it looks like a lemon. They had it turned the other way, but it turned this way. It looks like an eye. But it looks very curious if this is indeed what that little mini article said that it is. You never know these days. But it's an interesting picture nonetheless. I hope that it is inaccurate. One thing I noticed is, see these spikes coming off? From the halfway point right here, there's 10 on this side and 10 on this side. So there's 20 light spears coming out of the edge of each photon. Isn't that interdasting? Photon. Is that the eye of God? Is that how God can see everything? Is that the eye of God? Every speck of light is an eye. Think about that. Wow. And, Operation Shutdown says, I hope the fraud department investigates some politicians. Oh, me too. Operation Shutdown also says, let's go to Facebookorama. Yeah, Facebookorama. That's right. And Jay Buying says, I. 3 eyes. Very good. 3-eye atlas, maybe, huh? Skylark74 says, so every so-called particle has wave properties plus an internal structure, right? I know. Well, apparently, according to this picture, this is the first time they've ever been able to isolate one and take a photograph of it. Maybe it was just wiggling around and made it look like it has stuff inside it, but it looks like circuitry, some kind of like light crystal circuitry. See, I have this theory about matter, and that it's a combination of sound and light waves that create everything. A weave of sound and light waves woven from every direction, like ropes of sound and light. I don't know. It's interesting, though. Interdasting, you might even say. Oh, and here's something interesting. I'm a Stray Cats fan. Oh, first we got to show this. Kathy puts this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up, hit the old thumbs up, because that helps the algo rhythm and the algo beat and the algo melody. Oh, yeah. It helps all of the algos. So please do that. And thank you very much for doing that. Thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. And Skylark74 says, the uncertainty principle would say that you can't image a photon in its natural state, only one which is being slowed down enough to be imaged. Okay. Well, they must have done it. The article didn't go into very much detail. And Jay Bying says, energy condensed to matter. And then Cap78 Pack says, it could be the Fibonacci code. It could be. And Skylark74 says, that would really be a religious belief. God said, let there be light to begin the creation of the universe. But in order to speak, there has to be a sound. Yes, and you can get light from sound. You can get light from sound. So you can actually create everything just with sound. Let there be light could have been what gave us light. Very interesting. The more I look into science, the more it kind of proves God. So it's very interesting. Everything's connected. Remember now, everything is connected, and that's what it is. And I'm a big Stray Cats fan. Well, here is the Stray Cats playing with Eddie Van Halen, Les Paul, B.B. King, Steve Miller. Who is this? Stanley Jordan, David Gilmour, Jan Hammer, and Waylon Jennings back in 1988. Check this out. It's quite a rock fest. Wow. And there's Brian Setzer kicking it all off. What a day this must have been for him.
Hey, Eddie Van Halen, get your butt up here, man. Where is he? BB King, come on, BB. David Gilmour, come on, man. Stanley Jordan. It's the last call. John Hammer. Waylon Jennings. Steve Miller, come on. Everybody, come on, man.
Les Paul.
Blue suede shoes, blue, blue, baby, 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 woo. Blue, blue, blue suede shoes, blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Do anything, they are my blue suede shoes.
Did you see this? The pure joy in all of their faces. They just loved that. Les Paul, B.B. King, Steve Miller, Eddie Van Halen, Brian Setzer, the Stray Cats. Man, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Man, Brian Setzer's really had one hell of a career. And he deserves a very, very talented rockabilly master. DOJ announces 31 new indictments in fraud scheme. Thank goodness. Keep them going. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. put this out. Why we left the WHO, mishandled COVID, politicized science, no accountability, U.S. paid the most, got the least, global control over national health. That's a no-no. Public health should serve people, not bureaucrats. Maha. 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 He can do that too. That's pretty cool. Maha. Thanks, Leslie, putting that out there. What's this? If the meme has this picture, it's automatically a good meme. All right. Well, it's Soros-funded pre-election riot season again. Yeah. Punxsutawney Phil. It's riot season again. Florida finds arsenic in 28 of 46 candy products tested. Yeah, I stopped eating candy decades ago because I just don't trust it. You know, there's evil people out there trying to kill us. And of course they would buy a candy company and fill it with poison. Why wouldn't they? Because they're evil. They do evil things. So yeah, make your own candy. Then you got to worry about the ingredients. I guess we're all going to be farming, huh? Well, I'm doing my part to get my indoor farm going. I'm not dusting. I'm all the dust is topsoil, future topsoil. Just kidding. That's my excuse for not doing that. Oh, he sprayed me and said, "This is MAGA country." What's he say? Hey, I've seen this one. Yeah. She even looks like Jessie Smollett right here, doesn't she? It looked totally faked, didn't it? She's not getting any sympathy from anybody. Of course, I don't watch the news. Oh, here's Conan the librarian. Reads 1984. Did you see this? Oh, you got to see this. This is great. Conan the librarian. Reads 1984. Listen up, kids.
A reading from George Orwell's 1984. From me, Conan the Librarian. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Excuse me while I go and refile this on the current events shelf. Long live the Dewey Decimal System. A reading from George Orwell's 1984. From me, Conan the Librarian.
Conan the librarian. Look at that bicep. My goodness. Yep. There he is. Conan the Librarian. And so let's see what's next here. Oh, Americans for Trump. Insane. Ilhan Omar's winery is fake. It gained $5 million in value in 1 year with no physical winery, broken website, no phone, no wine. Another fraud scheme exposed. Yeah. Yeah. Fraud. Not frog. Fraud. There she is. She covers her head. She should cover her everything, her face too, in shame. Don't you think? And January 28th, 1986, on this day, 40 years ago, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded 73 seconds after launch, killing all 7 astronauts on board. It was a tragedy that shook the world and changed spaceflight forever. Well, I think Elon's going to send his robots up. So that wouldn't be as much of a loss to lose a robot crew as it would for humans. And, you know, I remember watching this. Wait a minute. Was this Sally Ride? 86. Anyway. Go back to your own nation, yes. And Skylark has a very poignant point there. And she belongs to a religion which prohibits wine. Yes, it does. Oh, and Operation Shutdown says, Conan the Librarian makes me want to learn the Dewey Decimal System. All right. See? He's teaching everyone how to learn just by doing his shtick. Oh, okay. I know there's some pictures of people with the same name that look similar to some of the people on that, but she was on the one that's allegedly, right? Yeah. Krista McCullough. Yes, that's it. Yes, I believe I was at Hasbro, and we watched it all on TV, and it was very sad. And I instantly thought the thing was shot with an invisible laser. I thought it was shot down by some terrorists. That was my instant feeling at the time, that it was a invisible laser beam, which did exist back then. Would have been undetectable. That's what I thought. And look, why, it's The Joker's Wild. This is the Joker's debut episode on the Batman series back in 1966. Cesar Romero as Batman's 60th anniversary on January 26, 1966. Cesar Romero's Joker debuted on Don Weiss and Robert Dozier's Batman television episode, The Joker is Wild, on ABC. And it was wild. Yes, it was. Oh, Jesse Smollett, Omar. Elan Smollett. Yeah. Out of the blue, Dem strongholds, New York and California will lose 6 congressional seats after 2030 census, while Texas and Florida will gain 8. Good. Got to give the blue hairs something to scream about, don't we? Actually, anything. They scream at anything. Doesn't matter what you do. The murder rate in the United States dropped by over 20% in 1 year. This is the single largest year-to-year drop in history. It's also the lowest per capita rate in 125 years. All we needed was a new president. That's right. How do you like them apples? Russiagate was, this is from PragerU. I think we all kind of know this, but let's just watch it. It's kind of good reminder.
Russiagate was, in essence, a non-violent coup attempt, a brazen plan to overthrow a duly elected president. The scary thing is, it almost succeeded. Obama ordered CIA Chief John Brennan to produce an Intelligence Community Assessment, or ICA, about Russia's role in the election. It had to be done before Trump's inauguration. The intelligence officers assigned to the task couldn't find any evidence of significant Russian interference. Brennan rejected their report and ordered them to write a new one. The revised version conveniently presented unconfirmed rumor as fact. This revised ICA was released to the news media. ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. Day after day, they published leaked intelligence slanted to advance the Russiagate narrative and destabilize the nascent Trump administration. Russiagate was conjured out of thin air. The Clinton campaign and Obama's inner circle promoted it, and the media relentlessly amplified that narrative. Russiagate was, in essence, a non-violent.
Yep. It's nice that they have all of the receipts now, too, to prove it. Oh, this is really good. Have you seen this guy? He has a puppet that paints. He paints pictures of people that come by. Look at this. This is fantastic. Beautiful.
With just a few strings, he guides a wooden puppet to paint on a canvas. Stroke by stroke, the little marionette moves awkwardly, yet with intense focus, like a misunderstood artist lost in his work. Amsterdam-based artist Raphael Gromi creates through his puppet companion, Bob, a painter brought to life by strings. Under Gromi's control, Bob not only paints freely, but also observes passers-by, responding by delicately sketching their faces. For over a decade, Gromi has taken Bob to streets and parks, turning public spaces into quiet moments of wonder. With just a few strings, he guides.
Isn't that just a beautiful story? I just love that. Isn't that wunderbar? Oops. Isn't that just nice? Sandy Pearl put this out. This is why they locked Tina Peters up. They banned and censored this video. Let's watch it quick. Oops.
It was a clone of a perfect copy.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
a
a
clone
clone
of a
of a
system.
hard drive.
Forensic copy, bit for bit, of everything that was on the Mesa County computer.
I had some people who knew my capabilities that said, you really ought to look at this.
She's the clerk. So those systems operation for an election, it was her duty to preserve those election records.
And then when they compared the two images, they discovered that election records had been deleted or altered. 29,000 of them that are the fingerprints, the DNA, the blood type of how they got to the totals of the 2020 and the 2021 election.
Just to clarify, there were 2 forensic images taken of the Mesa County election server. One before the software update. Another image taken after. Then, you were able to compare the two.
Everything that had been on that drive before this update was gone.
Looks like a cover-up. Low risk of being caught, low consequence if they are caught. I mean, there's a layered defense against transparency for the public.
The reason we know it was deliberate is because of Tina Peters.
Are those files important to elections?
Critical.
The image is a perfect copy.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
a
a
clone.
There it is. Tina Peters. She's a hero. She's rotting in jail right now. I had this toy when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I left it on too long and they totally melted into the machine and got destroyed. But until that point, it was a fun toy to play with. Check this out. Did you have this too? 1967, I think. 67.
Year 1967, the toy, the Mattel Lestrange Change toy. Now, what this set allowed you to do was magically transform these little cubes of plastic into a variety of different creatures. Now, how it worked is you put them in this part right here. It's called the time machine. It would slowly warm up, and then the plastic would separate into whatever creature it was. Now, there were dinosaurs, lizards, giant insects, and all kinds of other ones. Now, when you wanted to shrink them back, just put them back on the heater, press them into here, and they would go back and forth however many times you wanted. Year 1967, the toy, the Mattel
Isn't that cool, man? Look at that.
Strange
Change time machine. I had that and it rocked, but like I said, I left it on with things in there and they all melted down. I left it in too long. That's back in the day where they gave you toys you plugged into the wall and you could get hurt from it. I think I might have burned myself too. Yeah. That was fun. You learned the dangers of things being too hot. Here is this photon. First ever image of a single photon, lemon-shaped and ready to revolutionize quantum tech. And doesn't it just look like there's something going on in there? And it's like a sideways eye. They say it's lemon shaped, but turn it sideways and it's an eye. Or a lizard eye that way, I guess. Huh? It just looks like an eye. Oh, and Roses Lard says that toy is awesome. I would have loved that. I never saw it before. I think it was only out like 1 year. Oh, your son had one and had a blast with it? Cap 78 pack? That's interesting. So there it is. I mean, it looks like something's going on in there, right? And all these shines coming off of it. 20 of them. 20. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? And here is the whole article. Scientists just did the impossible, but they don't have like a video to go with it or anything. So I don't know if these little stories, stunning astronomy. They captured the first detailed image of a single photon, a particle of light shaped like a lemon, using a revolutionary new technique, reported in Physical Review Letters, November 14th, so a while ago. Researchers in Birmingham visualized this elusive quantum object emitted from a nanoparticle surface. Photons are usually seen as waves or energy packets, but this breakthrough lets us see their quantum shape and properties directly. The method calculates photon characteristics with unprecedented precision, paving the way for advances in quantum computing, better qubits, solar cells, more efficient say that 5 times fast, I can't, and artificial photosynthesis. How do you like that? Light itself just became a little less mysterious and a lot more useful for future tech. The era of imaging individual photons has begun. Well, we might as well count all the grains of sand while we're at it too. How do you like that? And Ryan Peterson, now that's a cool breakthrough. I watched Star Trek with Neil Tyson and guests. So to hear this is what's been achieved, it will, yes, I think so too. Oh, happy 60th birthday, Batmobile and Batman and Robin. Let's get a little bat action here.
Oh. Commissioner, a patrolman has just called in. There's another man giving away free umbrellas, boy wonder. Outside the bank at Jefferson and 12th.
Roger. Bank, Jefferson and 12th.
Hold tight, bat turn.
Yes, Commissioner?
A patrolman has just called in. There's another man giving away free umbrellas, boy wonder. Outside the bank at Jefferson and 12th.
Roger. Bank, Jefferson and 12th.
Hold tight, bat turn.
So cool. Man, that's one of the most exciting parts when I was a kid, the bat turn. Oh yeah. Too cool for school. Strange trumpet sounds in the sky over Key West coast. Listen to this, and I have a theory about this. We've heard these similar sounds all over the world, but check this out. Take a good listen to this. Okay. Now, after I heard it, because I've heard these similar sounds for years now, and it's always like, what could it be? What, And I had a thought, well, maybe it's coming from a natural creature, like maybe a bunch of whales. Maybe they're in some cave, some cavern cave that has maybe a natural speaker tube coming up and leading to the sky, or maybe they have some kind of reflective resonance of sound that can go through the water and into the air. It sounds kind of like sea creatures, maybe whales. Listen again. Yeah, hard to know, really, right? But interesting. And Cap 78 Pack says, I heard ice quakes when it was bitter cold, -20, sleeting and icy. Oh my goodness. Chitula? I don't know what that is, Jay Buying, but maybe. So there's that. There's that. And let's see. 1980. Let's check this out. Oh, this is good.
I got call waiting, so now when I call home, I get home, and not a busy signal.
I got touch tone. Now it's easier to let my fingers do the walking.
What's for you at the Bell Phone Center? Ways to make your phone do more than ever before. Phones you can plug in yourself and save. And a whole lot more.
And what did you get?
4 toasters, 3 blenders, 2 fondue pots, and something that we'll use every day.
It's for you. What did you get at the Bell Phone Center store?
At the Bell Phone Center store, and you couldn't really buy them. You had to rent them. I remember those days. Maybe you could buy them at that point. The Bell Phone store. I guess they don't have those anymore now, do they? No. Everyone's got the thing in their pocket. Skin cancer. Is skin cancer only caused by sun exposure? No, it's caused by diet. Listen to this. This is really interesting. From Drew Knoll.
So apparently skin cancer isn't caused by the sun because it actually might come from your diet. In 1988, Australian researchers took hairless mice and they split them up into 2 groups. Same calories, same UV light exposure. The only difference? The fat that they ate. Group 1 ate polyunsaturated bad fats, right? Call them what they are. Seed oil, soybean oil, canola oil, you know the stuff on every processed food shelf. After UV exposure, they started developing skin tumors. Group 2 ate saturated good fats. Think butter, tallow, real fats, same UV light, 0 tumors. Now get this, it seems that the sun isn't to blame for skin cancer, but it's our diets. And here's the science behind why that's true. Polyunsaturated bad fats are fragile. And when UV light hits your skin, it oxidizes those fats in your cellular membranes. That oxidation creates free radicals, damages your DNA, and triggers tumor formation. Saturated or good fats are stable. They don't oxidize. So your cells, they do what cells do. They stay intact. We've been told to avoid the sun and load up on seed oils for quote unquote heart health. Turns out we had it backwards. If you want to know more timeless ways to reverse your skin's age and to protect your skin from the inside out, follow for more. So apparently skin cancer isn't caused by the sun.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says basal cell and squamous cells cancers of skin sure are due to diet. Yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it? Wow. That's really bizarre. Oh, and here is a little clip from that 1966 Cesar Romero, his very first time being the Joker. Let's watch this bat action here. Check it out. Oops.
Joker! It's my mother-in-law. They shouldn't be out with those colds.
And now, people of Gotham City, the moment you have all been waiting for. The grand finale, the climax of my performance, the zenith of my career. The unmasking of Batman and Robin, the boy wonder.
Could this mean curtains? Will the identities of our dynamic duo be revealed to the whole world? Is this the end of their career as crime fighters? Can they avert disaster?
Oh my.
Answers tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
So much suspense. Oh my goonie. Look at that. Oh, it was fun watching that stuff. And 2 days in a row every week in 1966. Anthony Brock, he's doing it again. Let's check out who's the boss. Who's the boss? Anthony Brock or the GOAT?
Hello and welcome to round 20. Comments say that goats can't play baseball. Let's see who's the boss. He's out. I tagged him. What's next? Hello and welcome to round 20. Comments say that goats can't play baseball.
He always takes the comments and advice in the comments, and it's always a disaster. Oh my. Thanks, Anthony Brock. Your pain gives us lots of pleasure. We appreciate you. Thanks a lot. I think he likes it anyway. He likes doing that. President Trump delivered remarks today about in Clive, Ohio. We need to start acting like we are in the majority. We don't need strongly worded letters. We need action and dirt bags in handcuffs. Yes, well said. Well said. And Quantum Science puts this out. Study shows high flavanol cocoa taken twice daily for 30 days nearly doubled repair cells and improved blood vessels function by 47%. Eat yourself some good old-fashioned dark cocoa with lots of flavanol. Oh, that flavanol is such a good flavor, isn't it? Flavanol. Go get yourself some of that and make yourself some hot cocoa and drink your way into good health with hot cocoa or just any old kind of cocoa. Oh, guess what, folks? I forgot to pay my monthly Scrabble Club subscription. Now they're sending me threatening letters like L and K. Oh, yeah. Pretty threatening. Pretty threatening. Oh, and Rosas Lard says, it's very hard to find the dark cocoa powder. Well, maybe you can get like a bar of dark chocolate and grind it up or whatever they do. Put it in the blender. All right. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. We're moving on here. Rick D. Latour. I have 20 years experience in the intelligence community, and yes, What we are seeing in Minnesota is closer to insurgency than a protest. I think we've all heard all that. We've all heard all that. And that too, yeah. Okay. Nobody has been shot for protesting. Immigration agents have only shot at 4 people in 2026, despite carrying out thousands of operations nationwide. 1 was armed with a handgun, 1 was armed with a shovel, and 2 weaponized their vehicles. Not a single person has been shot for holding a sign and protesting. Thanks, Eric, for putting that out there. And FBI and ICE arrest Omar relative. 30 agents crush Minneapolis drug hub. And Omar relative. And I think we've already seen that. Oh, Democrats were sent by God. Why? Was he out of locusts? He must have been out of locusts. That's the only thing I can think of. This is why I support ICE, because these poor people aren't living anymore because of Joe Biden's open border policy and sanctuary cities. And I think we've seen that before too. Look at that. They all got their hand in the Somali fraud bucket there. Promises made, promises kept in the last hostage. And there's our last show. So we're going to go cruise on back over to here, over to here. And alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over to X. Shall we now? Oh, yeah, we shall. X marks the spot for what? News and other stuff. Very X-y. It's very X-y over there. Oops. Yeah. It's official. Communist and socialist money is behind the paid protests in Minneapolis. They got caught hauling pre-made signs out of a pickup truck like a campaign supply drop. None of this is organic. None of it is real. Same playbook every single time. Oh, and this is really gorgeous. There's a 2-year-old child that's never been able to see. All of a sudden now is able to see after some treatment.
Oi. Oi. Aqui, Ni. Aqui. Toma. Pega.
Olha ali. Meu Deus, amiga.
Aww. Isn't that so sweet? My goodness.
Oi, Ni.
Oh.
Oi, Ni. Oi. Oi, Ni. Aqui é a tia. A tia. Sai, tia.
Oh, isn't that just sweet? Oh, gosh. That's the nice thing. Who else can relate? When you take a shower in the winter and accidentally turn on the cold water. Let's listen to this. Yeah, I can relate. Oh yeah. It's cold. First little bit, it's cold. And there it is. Thanks, Sherry Unfiltered, for that. James O'Keefe reveals the leftist network in Minneapolis instantly ran his license plate and immediately interrogated him, demanding ID before he was assaulted. Within seconds, they got him. It's very sick, very sick. Oh, and Laura Logan put this out. You are looking at a conspiracy that can actually be prosecuted. It's called treason and sedition. Does anyone in power have any intention of upholding these laws? Salty goat. So, two Democrat Minnesota state officials and a campaign advisor to Tim Walz, Amanda Kohler, are admins in the Signal group chat being used to stalk ICE agents. Illegal. Highly illegal. Let's get them all thrown in jail. Laura Loomer. I just love President Trump so much. And Rachel Scott says, just spoke to President Trump. I asked him if he had seen the video of Rep. Omar being attacked and sprayed by a substance. No, I don't think about her. I think she's a fraud. I really don't think about that. She probably had herself sprayed, knowing her, the president said. I asked again if he had seen the video. I haven't seen it. No. I hope I don't have to bother. Right? He guessed it right. He guessed it right. FBI is currently executing a search warrant at the Fulton County Election Office, and they're getting all that information, if there's any left, for the 2020 election, so they can throw some people in jail. Oh, this is good. I love this video.
So this is one of the reasons why the divorce rate is so astronomically high right now in America. As you can see, you got this little young lady out here shoveling all this heavy snow. She has no help. Where's her husband? Like, where's an able-bodied strong man that's able to shovel some of this load and help this lady with all this stuff? She probably cooks dinner, folds laundry. All right. So this is one of the reasons why the divorce rate is so astronomically high right now in America. As you can see, you got this little young lady out here shoveling all this heavy snow. She has no help. Where's her husband? Like, where's an able-bodied strong man that's able to shovel some of this load and help this lady with all this stuff? She probably cooks dinner, folds laundry. All right. So this is one of the reasons.
I love it where they sit in the corner and pretend like they're just doing an overlay to another video, but they're actually there. I think that's hilarious. Device test. As President Trump was speaking yesterday, Fox's live feed was interrupted by a test pattern at exactly 4:37 Central Standard Time, or 5:37 Eastern, which is 17:37 military time. Look at Q drop 17:37 device test. Q. I don't know. You know, who knows, right? Who knows? It's interesting. Donald Trump, surprisingly, Mayor Jacob Frey just stated that Minneapolis does not and will not enforce federal immigration laws. This is after having a very good conversation with him. Could someone in his inner spectrum please explain that this statement is a very serious violation of the law and that he is playing with fire? Playing with fire. Holy crap. Nicki Minaj has just stunned her haters and said that they just keep making her more supportive of the president. Let's listen to Nicki Minaj.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen. Well, I don't know what to say, but I will.
Isn't that interesting? That was not on my bingo card. And from Gonzalo Chavez about the Nazca mummies, someone is doing a study and they say that they found a little bit of ear cartilage or something, but definitely not a human looking ear. I don't know. There's not that visually seeable. Powerful moment. A patron at the Machine Shed restaurant in Iowa steps up, asks President Trump if he can pray over him. And right there in the middle of the crowd, they prayed together. Listen to this.
Great people here. Great people in Iowa. Okay. I hope you will respect. They are amazing people. This is what built the country, whether we like it or not. Thank you all. Yeah, I will.
The president of the people proves it over and over again. Oh, look at this. From Wonder of Science, fascinating drone footage looking down into a volcanic eruption from above. From Bjorn Steinbeck. Look at that. Scary, huh? Look at that. Get your marshmallow on your stick. Look at that. Unreal, huh? Look at that. If you just look at that. Flower. Fire flower. A blossoming flower of fire. Fiery rocks. There it is. Donald Trump. Does Ilhan Omar know these people? Are they from her wonderfully managed home country of Somalia? So massive Medicaid fraud scheme, which resulted in $8.4 million in stolen Medicaid billings in Minnesota. The individuals charged. Here they are. Mokhtar Has Aden, Mustaf Dayeb Ali, Khalid Ahmad Dalib, Abfuta Mohammed, Christopher Andersaj Faldi, Emmanuel Awal Flawed, Assad Ahmad Adaw, and Anwar Ahmad Adaw, probably brothers. Yeah, they sound guilty just by their names. That's it. Cam Higbee, Attorney General, link to Signalgate in their legal help Signal channel was instructions to report federal agents to Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. Lock them up. Lock them up. And here's Ilhan Omar getting sprayed.
Resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Yeah, totally fake. Oh, you know what just happened when you're driving? Bushy Road. Hear that? Welcome to the demo derby. The 8th demo derby. Look at that. Cars are all locked up. See, this right here, folks, is why you should probably carry an anchor with a chain securely attached to some major part of the inside of the car, and throw that anchor out if something like that happens, then it might stop you. Certainly his brakes weren't working. Look at that. Careful out there when it's slickery like that. Oh, you say you want to do something with the kids from Muse? Well, this is awesome. Freezing water with water like dye.
горькостные грезы.
We don't need the music, but look at this. They're making a little igloo. Look at that. Cat's helping, not really. But look at this. It's beautiful, huh? They make the slush to connect them all together. That's quite an effort. Look at this. They're not going to want summer to come. Let's keep winter going all year long here. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. They should have added some flavor to it so the kids could eat it too. Maybe not. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Would you just look at that? And oh, well, it's all lit up. Look at that. Oh my.
Песенный слов, всем моим бедам назло, вовсе не так уж плохо.
How do you like that? The cat, there's the cat enjoying all the work they did. Didn't really help much, but he's just there, I guess, for looks. Do your thing, King. Thomas D. Homan. Today I met with Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and the top law enforcement officials to discuss the issues on the ground in Minnesota, blah, blah, blah. We've already heard all that. And this guy here, remember this guy? Bolter. Remember when the accused Minnesota assassin alleged that Tim Walz instructed him to kill politicians? Whatever happened to that with that? Yeah, they hushed that up in a hurry, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah. Remember he killed like 4 different people? 2 lawmakers and their spouse? Look at this. Very gentle crash. He didn't hit anything, so that's good. Not even noise. Look at that. Hard to sneak up on people with your helicopter when it's crashing. Hard to be quiet. President Trump visits an Iowa diner, personally engaging with locals and taking time to hear their concerns firsthand. I think he's also campaigning while he's there too for politicians. Oh, and this is interesting. Interstellar put this out. Mind-blowing rare footage. Robert Monroe, from the Monroe Institute founder, reveals his oversoul split itself into 2 human bodies at the same time. One in the USA, one in the USSR, both on the same mission. Listen to Mr. Monroe.
Are you going to make me have to tell that story? Huh. No. No. I was just, that came up through for another reason. And I was astounded to discover that I indeed, indeed has another person living concurrently in this era. I was astounded to discover. I should have known better. And when I asked Trejo about why this, he says, well, that's just a backup in case you don't do what you're supposed to. Oh, anyway, I know that I had known for some time and gotten that person into some trouble, that there was a person that I related to that was conducting similar work and doing something, and I attempted to get in touch with it. It was a her. And I did it 2 or 3 times and apparently began to get her into severe problems in her environment. So I didn't do it again. But I did get her name and where she was. So I do stupid things at times. So I took this name, and this was 10 years ago, something like that. And I routed it through channels to find out if this person really existed. And you can use your own conjecture when I tell you that that was 5 years ago or longer in the Soviet Union. And 2 things happened. I guess it'd be 10 years ago now, Dave. Goodness sakes. Anyway, what came up as a result of that was that I found some government people on my doorstep saying, how did I know about that person? Moreover, I got about 3 different casual inquiries from the Soviet Union, from that location, as it were, on asking could we exchange data, which was, I thought, very significant. And that was a highly secure place under the typical then Soviet type.
Interesting, huh, Mr. Monroe? And here is Bob Lazar talking about his experience again on the Joe Rogan Show with near Area 51 S4. Check it out.
Something must have been said to me from Barry, but it was just too long ago, and I can't quite remember what was said, but it just left a seed in my mind. I think at least one of them was part of an archaeological dig. So it's old. At least one of them is old. I don't know if it was the one I worked on, but I remember something to do with an archaeological dig.
Whoa.
Something must have been said to me.
Isn't that interesting? So they have been coming here since a long, long, long time ago. And let's see. Oh, this is another. Yeah. The man who intimidated a woman and called them very bad words for taking a photo with ICE agents. He's a Democrat Executive Committee official. He was fired. I guess he was fired. I hope he was. Well, look at this. Isn't that interesting? Carved out of a single, like a giant floor of rock, all carved right into that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is kind of cool. Look at. Wow.
Very cool.
A bike that sweeps the leaves off of the sidewalk. That's a great idea. Wow. Look how good it works. That's amazing. That is amazing. One of the clearest UFO sightings was filmed by the space shuttle crew a few years ago. Look at that. Two of them.
This is Houston. Say again, 7?
All the drive that appears to be tumbling. It just seems to be tagging along with us. Yeah, Houston. We got somebody out the front window with a pair of binoculars and a zoom lens. We're trying to get a pretty good idea on this thing.
And we copy that.
Interesting. My price is my life. James O'Keefe. And this is good. Warning for all MAGA. This is good information from Clear Patriot. Let's listen to this.
An urgent warning for all of MAGA. If you're going to a hospital, make sure you don't wear anything political. Make sure that you don't state your political beliefs, and make sure if you're listening to videos like my videos on the internet that you have earbuds in, that you have headphones on, because we keep seeing healthcare workers come out and say atrocious things like they wouldn't help us in a horrible situation. Oh, Eric Martindale, you made some statements, bud, and you live in the state of Florida and are licensed in Florida, and Florida don't play. Libs of TikTok posted that Eric here said, I will not perform anesthesia or any surgeries or procedures for MAGA. It is my right. It is my ethical oath, and I stand behind my education. I own all my businesses, and I can refuse anyone. So, Eric, are you saying if there's an emergency situation and someone needs surgery, that you're not obligated to help them? Because I'm pretty sure that goes against your oath. Eric didn't want to stand on business because he's saying he was hacked. The problem is he's saying his Facebook Messenger, and IG have been hacked, but he also made this post on Threads. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but I do social media, and I know that's not possible. So I think that Eric found out because he got a lot of attention, and he knows where this is headed, to the state boards. And I for one, am super excited to get an update. But like I said in the beginning, I say you go into a hospital, it's about your healthcare, which should come first. Make sure that you are not sharing any of your political beliefs with these people, because there seems to be so many of them, and we can't take that chance. Let me know your opinions in the comments.
Look at this. Osiris Rex, Origins Special Interpretation. It is a asteroid with a pyramid on it. Look at this. Black. Is this real or is this fake? But look at that. It looks like a black tent, or almost like a old space capsule. There's no sound to this, but look at this right here. Oops, see right in the bottom there? It's black. It's triangle shaped, pyramid shaped, 3-sided, maybe 4-sided. Black. Look at that from the top right there. 4-sided pyramid. With a white top, black. Isn't that interesting? So, you know, if that truly is a real asteroid and it's got something manufactured built into it, it's either a cleverly disguised ship or a former ship that's been collecting a lot of rocks to it, or it's part of the super Earth from the asteroid belt, Maldek, or what's the other name? Tiamat or Maldek, between Jupiter and Saturn. It's now the asteroid belt. Maybe that was a prominent feature on part of the planet now stuck on that asteroid. I don't know. Is that true? I don't know. NASA claims the purpose of the study is to help scientists investigate how planets formed and how life began, as well as improve our understanding of asteroids that could impact Earth. However, they make no mention of the bizarre pyramid-like shape seen in the video on the surface of the asteroid. Why would they? Then they'd have to admit something. They don't want to start doing that. That would go against their whole thing. Oh, did you hear about this? Breaking: President Trump just stunned Gavin Newsom by signing an executive order for the feds to take over the LA wildfire rebuild and permitting process. Newsom has failed, and Trump is saving the people. This generational failure will be on the front stage of 2028. And if Newsome thinks he's going to win on his record, he's sorely mistaken. He's got no record. He's a chump. Today's cover of the New California Post. Trump tells feds to take over permitting to fast-track wildlife rebuild. Help is on the way. Thank God. Right? Oh, this is good. A liberal loses his mind when he realizes that he's the one protecting illegal pedos. The truth kind of sucks.
Mexico, he was previously arrested for...
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Convicted of right here on the back if you want. Just read one of them. Because there's one up here. Mohammed has multiple counts of credit card fraud. Oh, he's Somalian. Right there. But we can do Ignacio. It was in the U.S. illegally from Mexico. He was previously arrested for child cruelty and battery. He was supposed to be deported, and Biden did not make that happen. Miguel is a Mexican national arrested previously for cruelty towards a child. There's one guy on here that was arrested for strong arm sodomy against a little boy and a little girl. Those are pedophiles.
Okay.
And so when you want ICE out of Minnesota or Minneapolis, this is who you're protecting.
No, I am not trying to protect those people. I'm protecting the actual people who had not had any previous criminal charges against them being deported. Sure, maybe those people have been convicted. Maybe they should get out. But
how do they get out, though?
I mean, get out.
But how does that happen without ICE?
Find some other organization, not hiring criminals.
There isn't. There is no lawful organization that can remove somebody that's here illegally and committed crimes. They can't do it.
You know what that's called? That's called the fucking police.
The local police does not. They don't deport people. ICE does.
Okay, well, here's the thing though. Say that they want to get these criminal, or they want to like convict the criminal, get them out, right? You want to know an easy way to know if someone been convicted, an easy way to get criminals? Go to the fucking jail cell, get the people that have already been convicted, get them out, not random people on the fucking streets.
Okay, so again, we're just going to talk calmly here. These people are pedophiles and they are criminals. Give me 1 second before your impulse tells you to interrupt me, okay? 1 second. If you don't want ICE going around, if you don't want them to exist, if you want them abolished, these people would still be in our streets. These people would still be going out and raping children. There is no one that could deport them. They don't have the agency to do that. And I think it's dangerous.
Yeah. Now, that liberal right there, I think he has hope because he's realizing that he's defending something indefensible. So I hope that he does switch. Man drops a truth bomb. You don't get another George Floyd. You don't get another COVID. You don't get another 2020 election. The reason for the chaos is that we're getting very close to the truth. And the truth is that Democrat Party is the biggest criminal organization in the world. Thanks, Leah Rain. Thanks, Leah Rain. And there's our last one. And that is it. We're done. We're overdone by the sun. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming along and being truth questers, because you are the truth questers. Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. Exclamation points. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Remember that old ad? Don't you love that ad? Oh, is the Guy Fawkes mask new? No, it's just, I was going to be that for one Halloween and ended up not being it. And I just had it laying around. I thought, I'll stick that back there. It's just one I made, but I did not go as that. I was really following the whole anonymous thing back when it first kicked off, and they went after that Mexican cartel, and they just dismantled the Mexican cartel. Amazing. That's why I think Trump is behind the original Anonymous. The original Anonymous, I think Trump was behind it. I think he funded it or helped it to get started or something. That's my theory. I don't know. I don't have any proof for it. It's just a feeling. So yeah, there it is. Thank you all so very much. I just put it up there today. I never noticed it before, she says. Cap 78 Pack says, really great show, Aaron. Thank you. Peace in. God bless you all and much love. Thank you, Peggy Dancer. And Kathy says, good night, everyone. Thank you, Kathy. And Rosa said, aw, thank you. And a smiley face. And the original Anonymous were moral and had rules. Then it got infiltrated. I don't know what they are now. Yeah, I think there are still some good people, but you're right. It's been infiltrated. That's what happens with everything. It gets infiltrated. But, you know, we're winning. We are winning. And it's just a great day when you can wake up and President Trump is the president. And there's all these things going on constantly that are improving the life. You got these Trump accounts, Trump prosperity accounts, where if you have children that are 5 years or under, you can start a savings account for them. And it's a pretty cool thing. So look into that. All you have to do is say yes on your tax return and you'll get enrolled. And so that's so the kid can see his money growing. You can keep putting money into it. And when that child gets of age, he gets all this money to start a business. Oh gosh, I wish I would have had that when I started my business, because it's really hard to start a business with no money. It's impossible. I tried real hard to disprove that and couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And Rose This Large says Proverbs 29.2 KJV. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Yes. I'd say that's pretty wise words right there. I'm stuck on QU, LOL. Yes. All right. Thanks so much for coming along, friends, because you are the Truth Questers, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk all about it, because we love to hear about your UFO experience. There it goes, zipping through, zipping by, back and forth. You never know why. Where do they come from? We'd like to know. I would like to know. There you go. Keep your prayers out for Andy still. Thank you, Aaron and Questers. Good night. Sweet dreams, says Rose Thistle Art. Thanks, Rose Thistle Art. And thank you to everyone who came along today. We do it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Central. So we'll see you on Friday night, and everything's right for the weekend. It's going to be. I will see you then right around 9 p.m. Central Time. Peace in. World peace, baby. Yeah.